Cab fans, to Coach's Corner, post Week 5, pre Week 6 review of St. Henry, and the preview of Parkway to come. So let's look back last week to the St. Henry game, and the score was 21-14, a hard-fought battle. We were right down to the wire and had a 4th and 1, sort of not a goal line stand, but a 4th and 1 stop with about 3 minutes to go in the game to get the ball back, and then we did have to punt one more time with a few seconds there. But good hard-fought game. They came in with winning 3 in a row, and Brad Luthman's a good young coach, a good guy, and really had his guys playing hard and playing well. They had a good plan, and they went right down on the field on us in 5 or 6 plays and scored, and then we scored and they scored, and we got up 21, or I guess 19-14 at half. And, felt pretty good offensively, played pretty good defensively in the second quarter. We played well. And then we continued that defensively in the second half. And offense never really, in the second half, could quite get it going. I'm not sure why. Just weren't really efficient and just not clean and crisp. We threw a couple real short passes. One we dropped, one we skipped, one we didn't block it very well. So things like that just weren't quite offensively very, very efficient. But the defense did come through in the second half and shut them out, and actually got a safety on the very last play of the game to make it 21-14. Other things in the game, which was the first game really I felt like we lost the kicking game. Neil was a lot off on his kickoffs. Usually he's getting it down inside the 5, and we gave him good field position up around the 35 or so a couple times. We missed an extra point. We missed a field goal. So we just weren't quite as good in the kicking game. The punt team was still good, and we did have one really long punt return, which was awesome. Got us some great field position, so the kicking game wasn't quite as good. Excuse me for the coughing. But we did make enough plays. We made enough plays to get a victory. Like I said, we had a 4th and 1 on our. They were on our 40, and we stopped them. And we stopped them to get the ball back. The other thing that's been great this year, probably I'm not sure we've ever done it this well. At this point in the season, we've only turned the ball over one time. We had one interception in the Kenton game, and so that's been awesome. So hopefully we can continue that. I really haven't talked to the kids too much about it because I don't want to jinx it. So we just said, let's keep tucking the ball away and not turn it over, and so we haven't said too much about it. Before I go to the Parkway preview, just like to mention the staff here. There's 8 of us that we both work both sides of the ball, and we each have positions that we coach, and then really during the game, there's 3 or 4 of us that are O and 3 or 4 D. But Randy Wright coaches the D tackles and the offensive tackles. Along with him, Joe Hewer is new to the staff, although he played for Coach Reed in the early 2000s. Joe is coaching the guards and centers and the defensive ends. Hemi is, as you know, is our principal, and he comes out and volunteers and kind of just helps wherever. But he and I are on the phones together offensively, so we do a lot of good talking there. Dan Kenny is the receivers and corners and safeties coach, and he works a lot with Corey on the defensive side with the corners and safeties. Corey Klinke, and Corey is the quarterback coach then on offense. Keenan Leakty is the linebackers and running back coach, and he was with us last year as a volunteer, but he's full-time in this year. Who am I missing there? Mark Bruns. Of course, I miss Mark. Mark is our outside linebacker coach and helps with the receivers, but he's the defensive coordinator and doing an outstanding job, and brought a lot of experience when he came back to Coldwater down in the Cincinnati area, and really is, we try lots of new things and different things, and with the help of all of us chipping in, both offensively and defensively, we try to what we call fill our toolbox and get all kinds of things and try things and adjust things and adapt things, and I think our coaches have done a great job with that. So thanks, fellas. Preview of Parkway. Parkway comes in with a new coach this year, and so they are 1-4 at the time. They won last week, beat New Bremen last week. So coming in, I guess, with probably a little confidence. Offensively, they do run some option, which we rarely see anymore. So that, I guess that's probably the main concern, and maybe their strength is that they're running some option, and you have to really be sound in option responsibility. So we had a couple sessions this week on options. In fact, the first session we did, we didn't play with the ball. So I know that sounds crazy, but to make sure the players are doing their responsibility and not thinking that, well, he gave it, he pitched it, he this, he that. You got to do your job, and so we can really fit those option responsibilities. Defensively, they play a 4-3 defense and don't stun a whole bunch, and got 4 pretty big guys up front, and so they blitz just a little bit, and down on the goal line they'll maybe show us a different look, but for the most part, they're just trying to be sound and just play a basic 4-3 defense. Keys to victory, I guess, just like I talked about defensively, is really make them work like always. Do our jobs on the option responsibilities. Offensively, I guess hopefully get back to more efficiency. Maybe a little higher percentage with the passing game. Get our running backs. I'd really like to get our fullbacks the ball a little bit more this week and really get them going, hopefully. And then eliminate negative plays. I think that's huge. If you don't turn the ball over and don't give up negative plays, typically you can either keep moving the ball and moving the chains, or keep the field position with a good punt, something like that. So I would say those would be the keys to victory. The other thing this week, we have homecoming. So certainly it's a home game then, 7:30 start. And hopefully the weather will be a little bit better, and especially, I guess, for the dance on Saturday. But hopefully Friday night, for the sake of all those kids being all dressed up, and the weather's okay for us. And 7:30 kickoff in the league. Parkway, certainly we want to stay on top of that league standings and move forward and look forward to moving towards the end of the season and getting in the playoffs.